Well, it doesn't matter how young or old you might be, back pain can make you feel decades older. Lisa recently sat down with Dr. Fabrizio Mancini, Dr. Fab as we like to call him here at the broadcast, to hear about some ways to deal with bad back pain. Take a look at this.
If one of your reoccurring problems is that my aching back thing, hi, that's me, then you're going to want to take a break and listen to what you can do about that problem. Dr. Fabrizio Mancini, author of The Power of Self-Healing and renowned chiropractor, can tell us more. And let me just tell you, Fab, as we like to call you around here, I was terrified of going to a chiropractor. I had a first experience that wasn't great. My second experience was fantastic.
Yeah.
And it really got to the root of my problem. But what you're saying is not just the adjustments, we're going to get to that, but also the way that you live everyday life. The things that you do are so important.
Well, what most people need to recognize is that 31 million Americans are going to experience back pain at one given time.
And it's the worst thing ever.
And 8 out of 10 Americans are going to experience back pain during their lifetime. And it's the #1 cause of disability around the world. So it's a serious problem. So some of the tips are this. The first one is we need to stretch. See, we're not stretching enough, so our muscles get tight, right? Throughout the day, we work, we're sitting too long, we're standing too long, we're lifting heavy things. So stretching when you wake up in the morning, first thing in the morning, just a simple stretch, and before you go to bed, can make all the difference in the world.
It's making me want to stretch right now.
It's incredible. I mean, you know how good it feels, right? Because
yes.
it relaxes the tension of that muscle, it increases circulation, and you feel just a lot looser. The second thing, of course, is not only the stretching, which is very important, but is we must bend our knees when we're picking up heavy things.
Yes.
It's the biggest mistake people make.
The smallest movement done incorrectly can cause you
Because what happens is if you're lifting, let's say 15 pounds or 20 pounds, and you don't bend your knees, all of that weight, all of that extra effort goes into your low back. If you bend your knees, it gets distributed to the legs. And the last one I think is the most important that you said is getting adjusted.
Yes, and let me just tell you, if you've never been and you're afraid of it like I was, it really changed my life, but you really need to go to somebody who knows what they're doing, like you.
Well, I think it's important to make sure that, you know, chiropractic is almost 8 years of schooling, and most people don't realize that. The second thing is that we focus on the cause of the problem, not just managing the symptoms. And the third thing is that structure impacts our function. When we're structurally aligned, just like in your case, you know, all he found or she found is that there was a misalignment, right? Corrected it, and it made all the difference in the world, not just in your pain, but the way you feel about yourself.
I think it's interesting because everyone who I talk to who's had an adjustment the proper way comes out saying, oh my gosh, I wish I would have done this so long ago. I wish that I would have understood the way it works and how just a minor adjustment. But you know, you talked about stretching. I want to get back to that for a second, because if you don't have the adjustment to where you have the relief, then stretching is not a very easy thing. So they all go hand in hand.
Right, and that's what some of our biggest referrals comes from yoga instructors, because they're trying to teach yoga to individuals that structurally they cannot actually flex, they can't bend properly, they can't do the exercises properly. So, but stretching is also something that everyone can do at home. And it also sets you up so when you do go see a chiropractor and when you do get an adjustment, it holds a lot longer when you stretch.
I think that's why Courtney and I have been doing Pilates, and I think the stretching with the springs has helped me tremendously too. Now let's talk about drinking water and how important that is.
Well, the hydration of the body, as you know, when we don't have enough water in our bodies, then our muscles get very tight. And so when you drink water, what it does is that not only increases your energy, but it also relaxes your muscles. So that's why we recommend at least 8 to 10 glasses of water, at least 8-ounce glasses every single day.
Yeah. It makes
all the difference in the world.
And if you're drinking alcohol, like we do so often on the show, you want to drink even more water. The other thing is well, as we talk about stretching, we talk about all these things that you can do to make your back feel better. There is an emotional and kind of almost like a spiritual thing about being pain-free. So I realize now, with having the relief in my back, that I was probably a little bitchy before because I was in pain all the time. And Courtney's laughing over there because she knows it's true. But I really do feel so much better. And so do you find that your clients have a better thing about them, like just whole feeling about them?
Well, I think that what pain does in our lives is that it limits us from being able to express ourselves the way we really are in nature, right? We're happy people, we're joyful people, we want to be kind to others, but we're not feeling well. So most of the research right now is saying that emotions like worrying, especially financial worrying, during this economic crisis, there's a lot of tie-ins to financial worrying and low back pain. There are also anxiety, right? If you live in a world of anxiety, you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring and you're going through a lot of problems. Or the other one is actually fear. Fear is one of the worst emotions because those emotions not only contract our muscles, they change our posture, and then automatically we get that low back pain.
This right here is what makes your practice so different, and I hope everybody at home sees what I'm seeing, is that you're not just treating the problem, you're treating the emotional root of everything, and you're talking to your clients, and it's almost like a therapy session, as well as an adjustment, and as well as a consultation, and I think the work you're doing is fantastic.
Well, one of the things I love about chiropractic is that it addresses not only the physical problems, but it also addresses the emotional and the spiritual problems, which is what allows us to be the person that we need to be.
Well, we love when you come on the show and you share all your expertise with us. Again, the name of Dr. Fabrizio Mancini's book is The Power of Self-Healing. If you don't have it, go out right now and get it. It will help you. It is available on his website. It's available at bookstores, on Amazon, so you have no excuse. We also have a link at dthebroadcast.tv. Stay with us. We will be right back with more.